Okay, we are live. Father Miller here. Welcome back to the Nerd Father Friday afternoon stretch. It is 2:00 here in the Midwest in the United States.
It is
On,
8 o'clock here in the UK.
on the weekend, we are celebrating our independence from the British.
The Scots didn't manage it.
Well, my fourth grade Grandpa Miller was a Revolutionary War vet with the PA militia. And then one of his, I think his father-in-law or his son-in-law was one too. So,
yeah.
But this is the first time I've streamed since Dallas. I had the youth retreat last week, and I was in Dallas the week before that.
Yeah. So did you enjoy yourself? It looked fun. I saw the video.
It was fun. It was such a blast meeting Ian, and he should be here soon, I would think.
Yes, it was. I was jealous. Let's put it that way. I was jealous.
Well, the funny thing is, there he is. Speak of the devil.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I'm a bit late.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. We're actually a little bit early, so don't worry.
All right, hold on. Just fixing my mic.
I was just telling PJ about Dallas. This is the first stream I've had.
Yeah.
First Friday stream. But yeah, PJ, the bar was supposed to hold 168. It was about 400.
Yeah, it was about 400, PJ.
Wow.
Yeah,
just so
crazy.
jealous. So jealous. Did you get your t-shirts, Ian? Did you get your Nerdrotic, your Friday night?
No, I don't want that. Why would I want one of them? Come on.
I want one. I'll put the bowler hat on, the glasses and everything. I'll do my Gary.
I never did get to ask you, Ian. What did Gary talk to you about, or can you talk?
No, nothing much really. He was just talking about we were just talking about Doctor Who at one point, but I mean, nothing much really. I guess he was just surprised that I was there, because I did come a long way, I guess.
Well, I didn't spoil the surprise. So. I mean, I was telling you think it would have been, but no, good.
Yeah,
it was a laugh. It really was. It was good. It was a good time.
I saw the videos and I saw some of the pictures on Twitter. It looked fun.
Yeah. I was really surprised because Gary's treated like a rock star down there.
Again, to consider how much the channel has grown over the last, in the last year alone itself. I mean, that brings up an article I was going to show you. I don't know if you saw this lawn article. Oh, this is fun.
Fun.
Let's see.
Oh,
this is Salon. Let's stop it during the Phantom Menace. It's real and it's winning.
I saw bits of that.
What? Sorry, what? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it mentions Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy the Quartering, and Ryan.
What is the article about? Is it just slagging off?
There it is.
I think it was the article not about how nasty they are because they keep going on about how bad it is and such like. There's basically it's a hit piece on the Phantom Menace.
Oh, is it? What a surprise!
Yeah, pretty much. And
what a surprise.
As Sultan Al Fahim says, the Phantom Menace does not exist anymore, to be honest. But it's something I look at it as like we get to be a burr under Disney's skin, and that's what makes it fun.
Well, Disney's MO is to just basically destroy what we love.
Dogs are going nuts. Hold on, I need to go and throw them out.
That's right. Yeah, they're just there to destroy what we love, basically. I mean, I have not seen Obi-Wan, but I hear it's terrible.
I decided to give it my ratings out of 5 grains of incense scale. So, as you know, incense is that beautiful heavenly smell that can smoke up a church. I get 5 incense grains is enough that where you could come back into the church the next day and still smell it.
Right.
It's that good. I gave it 2.5 out of 5. just
Right.
enough to smoke up the place, but not enough to linger where are just awesome when you come back in like days later and you can still smell it.
I think Disney and whoever's in charge of Disney and KK don't understand that what they're doing is they're doing something horrendous to the fans, and but they don't want to hear it though. They're stubborn people, and
Yeah.
they want to push this agenda, and they want to keep pushing this agenda until the world changes. But
Yeah.
there are more people with common sense than there are those people in charge of social media and stuff like that. So I can't see them winning personally. They could make waves, but at the end of the day, I think common sense will prevail.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But anyway,
You can tell how bad the hit piece is because they call them anti-Star Wars and anti-Marvel rhetoric. There is their bread and butter, or basically talking about how bad it is. So if it was good, they wouldn't have any bread and butter then. If that was the case,
I love this here. It says Jeremy Griggs and contributor Ryan Cannell also leveraging their brands as gateways to alt-right ideology via their personal YouTube channels.
what does that mean?
Well, Ryan started Patriot Outpost, which is where he could be a little bit more political in his thoughts. And I caught a little bit of D-Day's or Jeremy's stream this morning. He did a live stream last night, basically saying in response to this article they're quoting, I mean, that's the last time he probably uploaded anything to his personal channel.
Do you know what, right, though? I challenge anyone from Disney and anyone from Marvel and anyone from Doctor Who to come and talk to me. And basically, I will tell you exactly what the real fans think. And you see, they won't, obviously, because I'm not known.
You've made one mistake. They class anybody who doesn't agree with them as a real fan. They don't. Unless you agree with them, you're not a real fan.
Well, that's the thing. You see, in the old days, we used to have debates. We used to talk about things like this and come to some conclusion or no conclusion. But at least the conversation is had. But these days, look, it's obvious that these people are wrong. Otherwise, if they weren't wrong, they'll be making TV shows and challenging the people against them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You would be the one saying, "Tell me why you think it's bad, and we'll tell you why not."
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Drinker interview the two directors from Miss Marvel and Bad Boys.
Go ahead.
And do you know what, right? I thought, no disrespect to the Drinker, I thought the Drinker basically cowered out. He basically was a bit of a coward in that. Because, yes, he did. Because the first thing I would say to them is, why do we need Miss Marvel? Why is this show so bad? It is bad, blah, blah, blah. I would say that, but he didn't. And the thing is, though, yeah, you know, you can scream all you want, but when you're faced right in front of something that you should be screaming at, you take a step back. Interesting. That's what I thought. But I'd still like the Drinker, though.
How we used to have discussions. How many times did somebody say, well, I don't like Colin Baker as a Doctor?
Yeah.
And we would all disagree or agree and discuss it and why we liked him, why we didn't like him. And at the end of it, the person that liked Colin Baker still liked Colin Baker. The person that liked Sylvester McCoy still liked Sylvester McCoy. And it never changed, but it didn't mean that we thought, oh, we're not talking to him now.
But the thing is, though, what I'm saying is that the bigger you get, the less power you have. That's the thing. And the Drinker's huge, right? And yet he cannot say what's on his mind when he's confronted by two people that are basically playing Disney's MO.
Yeah, and the problem is that's when people actually turn around and say, because of that, and he didn't want to offend them because he wants other people on.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the trap, isn't it?
It is. It's a trap. It's the selling part of it. But he's not as if he's selling out. He's just actually trying to be polite.
No, I'm not saying. Yeah, I understand.
I'm not saying he's selling out. I'm just saying he's trying to be polite, but it comes across that.
No, but think that should have asked. The thing, I don't know if you've seen it, Father. The thing is, though, he didn't. No, the interview. He didn't ask the questions. He didn't say the things that he was saying on his channel. Do you know what I mean? He didn't. No, I'm not saying in a rude way, but asking the questions that we all want to know answers to. Like, for instance, who is going to be watching Miss Marvel apart from a small minority of people. Do you know what I mean? That why didn't he say that? But the thing is that I understand he has to be. You can still ask that questions and
Yeah,
still not be
you can
rude.
ask tough questions as long as you ask it in a way that you're saying.
But he didn't.
Obviously, there's a lot of people out there who think this. Why would you say no? They're wrong. Tell us what you think about it. It's a simple question.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't ask those questions.
I know.
And I mean, I understand
gotta
why
watch,
he didn't.
I gotta
understand why.
watch it,
Yeah.
but I watched the newest episode on Wednesday morning. I'm just basically bored.
Yeah.
I don't
By the
watch it
thing.
because I just stopped watching any of the junk, and I don't see the point in it.
Same here. I don't watch Disney stuff or
I will
Marvel stuff
say,
anymore.
let me see if I could bring up the video that I thought was a lot better than.
Because even see the Marvel stuff, I didn't even watch the last couple of movies. I definitely didn't watch the last two either side of Captain Marvel. I just didn't. I lost interest before they got to the end.
I don't want to see Love and Thunder because that looks really terrible.
It does.
Wailing on men again. The Boys is okay actually. It kind of slightly goes towards woke a bit, but it kind of comes
see,
back.
The Boys is just
okay.
For me.
Yeah.
I like my superheroes light, and I'm just not interested in that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play a few seconds of this. This I found more entertaining than Miss Marvel, and it's I mean you could go down the foreign culture route, but this was more entertaining.
This is crazy.
Have you watched any Bollywood type stuff? I think they are more entertaining than a lot across the board. Some Bollywood stuff is absolutely amazing. It is. Can't understand a word of it, but just watch the songs, the singing and the dancing, and some of the visuals are just absolutely stunning.
But I mean, this is like, what the heck? But I mean, I actually am enjoying it.
I wouldn't watch this.
No, but see, the thing is, to me, that is entertainment, even though you don't understand what they're singing. It's fun to watch. You might not understand what they're saying and things like that, but it's just fun to watch.
No, I go one better. They're making stuff for the audience, so it's bound to be good, isn't it?
Well,
Face it.
We don't think it is. Norris.
Excellent.
And I figured I could just have this playing in the background without being copyright.
Yeah. Because a lot of the Indian, especially the men are manly, and that is it. It's even the women are feminine, but they're still strong. They don't pander to, the woman actually beats everybody up. It's just a case of they are strong, but the men are manly, and it's just so well done, and it's fun to watch.
So I got to answer Paulo. I hope I got that name right. I really could give. I don't care about the Hocus Pocus trailer.
No, I'll watch Hocus Pocus. I will watch the second one.
Ian probably would know where my complaint with Hocus Pocus comes from. I don't know. Maybe you do, but in the Latin translation of the Mass, Hocus Pocus is a mockery of the words of consecration, by which we as Catholics believe the bread becomes the body and the wine becomes the blood. Mm-hmm. Because the Latin translation is hoc es in corpus, I think, something like that. This is my body. So to mock the idea, they call it this Hocus Pocus, magical stuff.
And that's, I think that was why it originally came around, because it was I'm trying not to use the word, it's isation of the Latin. And that's exactly why they did it. And so, I understand that. But
you gotta love this action too. Sorry.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. There's no holding back, and the men are manly. Even the guys that are getting beat up, they're not going, suddenly they're out. They're basically up again, and they're still doing it. It's the good against the evil, and they actually show you who the good guys are, and they show you who the bad guys are.
See, I have no clue what's being said, but I could watch this.
Yeah,
I've seen this before.
With Chinese movies, I love the classic Chinese movies. It's the same idea.
It says here, thank you. Hoc est enim corpus meum. This is my body.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I honestly don't care for Beth Midler. I mean, I find her to be a
She
horrible.
used to be good, but
old-
I think she's
Nah,
actually
for me,
over the
she's
top
never
now.
been good. I've
Oh.
never cared for her.
I've liked her in 2 movies, Hocus Pocus and the one with Danny DeVito. It was about what was it?
Ruthless People.
Ruthless People. And I liked her in both of those. That's the only two I must admit I think I've liked her in. But it's the same again. It's the characters she portrays are better. But it's the same idea. That's why I've not watched Top Gun. I don't like Tom Cruise, no matter what. I just can't watch him.
But the thing is, there's something. I mean, okay, as a Scientologist, I really care. I don't care for him. I think he's a nut job and everything. But I don't find him as annoying as watching like an Alec Baldwin.
Yeah,
or
I've only liked him in 2
Barbra
movies,
Streisand.
And it was Rain Man.
Dustin Hoffman.
And Tom Cruise was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Was it Risky Business? It was
Yes. Risky Business.
That's the only 2 movies I've liked Tom Cruise in. All the rest of them, every time I see him, I grind my teeth. I just don't like him.
I got to admit, I do like Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible movies. I think they're better than James Bond. They really are very good. I mean, he goes the extra mile by doing the stunts himself. I mean, he's done some really incredible stunts in those movies.
Basically, the fact that some of the stunts he does, and some of the times where he's broken something and he still continues on because he knows he can't actually reset it and do it again. Yeah, give him props for that. But every time I see him, he just grinds my teeth, and I just can't watch them.
I think probably one of the things for me that has helped is he hasn't basically kidnapped a younger woman in a while.
Just don't hold your breath. You'll get someone soon.
Well, I mean, Katie Holmes was. Well, I mean, Haley Atwell. Thankfully, she broke away or didn't get caught in his clutches. But
well, the thing is, though, that aside, his personal life aside, as a filmmaker, I think he's very good personally. So, I just look at him as a filmmaker. I couldn't care less what he does outside filmmaking, tell you the truth. I mean, if people say he's crazy, right? But as far as I'm concerned, the films that he's been making recently have been very good. They've been for the audience. So got to take my hat off to that. Yeah, I guess.
I do understand it. It's just, I know fine well. It's just no matter what, I don't know what it is. He just grinds my teeth and I just don't enjoy them.
Yeah, there are certain people in this world that I remember was a bus stop once waiting for the bus, and somebody came and sat next to me, and for no apparent reason that I could find whatsoever, I did not like that person that was next to me. Didn't even know the person at all, and for some reason I didn't like him. That's weird, isn't it? Just absolutely weird.
There's something. They say you make your impression up in the first, 10 seconds?
Yeah,
and something like that. It's just a case of,
Can't expect everyone to like you. Do you know what I mean? So,
I'm narcissistic.
Oh, he's frozen.
Well, I was just saying while he's frozen. I was going to say I ended up watching Doctor Strange finally last week.
All right, what do you reckon?
I mean, it wasn't as intolerable as Captain Marvel, but it wasn't anywhere near like the origin stories of.
It's terrible.
Or I mean, the thing is, America Chavez really wasn't as bad as I thought she was going to be. I mean, I hate her in the comics. I've read some of the comics just to know the story and everything. I mean, being the lesbian is more in your face in the comics than it is in this movie.
I just don't like it because it wasn't the whole thing about Wanda.
Yeah, and I didn't care for that either.
Yeah, she was definitely the villain, and there's no excuse for all the stuff she did. Yet they seem to, it was just rubbish.
The thing is, you look at all the villains nowadays; they're actually heroes in their eyes because they justify what they do, and they let them off with it. So, and it's the same idea as you look at Captain Marvel. It shows exactly what they think a hero is: someone who is super strong and gets offended by somebody saying something that they beat them up and steal their property but they're the good guys.
You know what I saw a couple of days ago? I saw Elvis, and it was very, very good.
I wanted to see that this week, but I didn't feel like seeing in a 3-hour movie. Now I know it's 2 hours 40 minutes, but you give it extra 20 minutes for previews. But
it did it did outstay its welcome, I've got to admit. But the thing is, though, I thought the whole movie was so well done and so well played, and I did not know all that stuff happened to Elvis, which was an eye opener. And it was very entertaining right across the board. I recommend it definitely. If you're going to go and see it, go and see it. And
the thing is, I might wait till it's available on streaming, because I have my computer here, my TV is right over there. I watched Doctor Strange all 2.5 hours worth while I'm working on stuff.
Oh, right. As I said, I think
at least I can do something. I mean, and just
I guess
staring at the screen.
I just like my DVDs. I'll just shove a DVD in and watch something while I'm not actually doing the rest of it.
I think. But I think Elvis the movie, I think basically it deserves to be watched in the cinema because of the music and because of the visuals. But it's up to you guys. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I thought it was well directed.
Elvis was Bruce Campbell and Bubba Hotep.
But this guy doesn't look like him. But there were some scenes where he just looked, and the bit they did at the ending where they meld the real footage with the guy that was playing Elvis at the ending. Quite frankly, you couldn't tell who was who, and it was really well done. So, as I said, if you ever get a chance to watch it, I recommend it. You see it in the cinema. If you want to watch on TV, I still think you'll enjoy it anyway. So.
Yeah,
it really does look good. It really does. It's just, again, 3 hours in the theater, then at least 20 minutes to get to the theater each way.
See, I know I'll get it in DVD when it comes out, because my wife will enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a good film.
To me, the Elvis will be very similar to the Scylla miniseries, because it was Sheridan Smith who played Scylla, and at the end of it, they did the same idea. They melded it in, so it was. But my wife was convinced it was still Sheridan Smith actually doing the singing at the end, and I had to tell her, no, that is actually Scylla, because Sheridan Smith played it so well throughout. At the end, you thought Scylla was actually Sheridan Smith. Still, just for father's reference, Cilla Black is a celebrity in England, and she was she was well loved in England, she died, and they made a TV film of her. So and they made a film. Well, she was still alive, and she input in it, even though there was some parts where she didn't come off good compared to her husband. She was the one that actually input into it, because right up until he passed away, she was in love with her husband, and it was very clear all the way throughout their marriage.
I was going to say, as Man of War says, Bubba Hotep is a superior film, and it is. The one that I haven't seen all the way through is the Kurt Russell version.
Yeah, I've seen that
from the 70s.
It's okay. I like it. John Carpenter directed it. It was really good.
Yeah,
it was okay. I liked
and that got me thinking of another one from the 70s, Gary Busey playing Buddy Holly.
I like that one too. I tell you, the best film they've ever made when they were doing a musician was definitely Ray. I mean, you cannot fault that.
I have not seen it.
You cannot fault that film.
And my wife loved it.
The only reason why I say it's almost perfect, because no film is perfect, almost, because Jamie Foxx looks like Ray. He sang all the songs himself. He could play the piano. And the way he acted like Ray was it was so close to Ray himself. It really was. And I remember I was reading that they got Ray in to watch the film. Obviously, he's blind, but they got him in a theater and they sat him down. And the producer was sitting next to him, and he was listening to the film. And as the film was going on, he kept saying, yes, that's what happened. That's what happened. So you got the blessing from Ray before he died. And before, obviously he died before the film was released. Yeah. So, but that film was really good. It was really, I recommend that film too, Ray. But anyway.
Got Roman of the Empire in the chat. Wanted to join you, but you have some technical issues.
Yeah, I saw his video last night.
Jed said he was going to try to join, but he had something come up.
Yeah, I was watching Roman's video from last night. I got it this morning because 1 o'clock in the morning here. So sorry, Roman. But basically, he got kicked out of his own stream by StreamYard, and his co-host actually kept it going until he came back in. He did have a bit of technical difficulties, and it could have been StreamYard because StreamYard does that with me occasionally.
Ooh. Man
What's
of War
this?
says he saw Buddy Holly in Greece together as a double feature.
Now that would be a great double feature.
Now, are you asking what is this on the screen?
Yeah.
That is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band with the Bee Gees.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Why?
horrible movie, but it's actually enjoyable.
Why? I don't understand.
About musician movies.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, for instance, the Spice Girl movie was terrible. I don't understand when they make movies like that.
In all fairness, the Spice Girls are terrible. So
there we go.
Oh,
best Bee Gees is Kenny Everett.
Oh yeah,
getting his BG kit.
It's actually not that bad. I mean, it's crappy, but it's still not bad.
Uh-huh.
I actually like some of the covers in this.
I don't know. I every time I hear a cover, unless it's extremely well done, I always think, why did they even bother?
Yeah.
Sometimes when I hear a cover.
Ooh, Roman has a good point here. Walk the Line. That was a pretty darn.
That was
movie.
a good film.
Yeah,
really good movie.
Got that as well. That's another one my wife loves saying. Walk the Line.
Yeah,
I grew up with Johnny Cash. My dad was a big Johnny Cash fan.
Bohemian Rhapsody was an enjoyable film, but it was so badly directed and edited. It was incredible. Really,
well, and it wasn't
I enjoyed
accurate.
it. Yeah, and it wasn't accurate either. Yeah, but I enjoyed it.
All over the place, bits and pieces here and there. They were actually taking them out and putting it 3 years earlier and stuff like that because it was more. And if you have to take someone's life story and take that part of their life and put it there because it's a better, and sorry, that's not accurate. It stops being a life story. It's just a story.
They haven't made a good film of the Beatles yet, have they?
They have done one, but it wasn't great. It was the one. Oh, what was it? Who was it? Who was in it?
They did one with the guy that left the Beatles.
Oh, what's his name?
Pete Best.
Yeah, Pete Best.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing is, though, as I said, I'd love to make the Beatles film. I'm a huge fan of the Beatles, and I know their music inside out, but there's no way. I think it's stuck in development hell because of the music. You need the rights for the music, and I think that's.
Well, what if Apple produced it? I mean.
No, Apple doesn't own the rights. I think Paul McCartney owns it now. No, I think Paul McCartney owns it. I'm not really sure though, but I'm assuming that's the reason why they haven't gone all out to make a Beatles film, because maybe Paul and Ringo is against it. I don't know, but I'd love to make a Beatles film. I think the music is fantastic. I think they've probably the best band in the world. I don't think any band can really touch them. The Beatles, let's face it.
So
I think the Americans would disagree.
In the Stella show, the Beatles were actually appeared, but it's because she came around at the same time as the Beatles in the cavern.
Yeah.
So she did. So basically, they were in it, but they were none of their music.
I was listening to a radio interview in the 60s with Paul McCartney, and one of the DJs was saying, "What do you think of the Monkees? Do you think the Monkees has ripped you off?" And Paul McCartney said, "Do you know what?" He says, "I like the Monkees." He says, "I think their show's really funny, and I think they've got talent. And I don't think you should be, saying a bad word about the Monkees." So he liked the Monkees because apparently the Monkees was made because of the Beatles, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the American version, wasn't it? Yeah.
And that was part of the reason. Two of them got really upset because they really wanted to play their own music.
Yes, but they did in the end, didn't they?
Yeah,
they did. They were celebrated as a true band because they were put together by the TV station. But in the end,
if I remember correctly, I think Jimi Hendrix opened for the Monkees in one of their concerts.
Oh wow, great stuff. But Paul McCartney's is he 80 now? 80?
Yeah, he has to be.
Yeah, he's still looks good, man. Still looks good. He still looks good. Jimi Hendrix. I mean, what's his name? Neil Diamond wrote a lot of songs for the Monkees, didn't he?
Mhm.
He wrote a lot of songs for them. I like Neil Diamond as well. Sorry to sound old school, but I love
But
Neil Diamond. Love Sinatra. I love Nat King Cole. You know, that stuff I
I
can
gotta
listen to
disagree
all
with
day.
Roman on this one. I like the
Mm,
Animals, but I think Beatles are better.
the Beatles.
I
Yeah.
have more Beatles songs on my phone than I do
I
the
have
Animals.
none of the songs from any of them. I don't
No.
listen to music. I do not listen to music at all.
Mm,
Not one
See
for
if I can
music.
bring this up.
I know a lot of the music for growing up because my sisters, my father, and all that listened to a lot of music, but
mm.
most of it goes over my head. I don't know who it is. I just recognise the song, and there's certain ones like the Beatles and all that you can recognise as soon as you hear the song. But I'm
When I
not.
was growing up, my dad used to play vinyls on a Sunday, and we used to get really excited as kids when he used to play because there was no such thing as internet or anything like that. And when he used to play his music, that's how I got used to them all. You know, and Sinatra, as
Mhm.
I said, you know, Tony Bennett, all those songs he used to play. You
Well,
know, and yeah,
I was fortunate. My dad was a big rock and roll fan, and he used to
mm.
play the guitar, 12 string and six
Oh
string.
wow,
So they would basically him and his brothers.
mm.
Uh, at weekends, they would all get together for a nice wee drink, and they would all get the guitars out and sing.
I've
So
got that one, Beatles number ones. Got that one.
My playlist is longer. It's just with the new phone, I didn't get all my playlists copied.
Mm,
But I had like maybe 200 songs in the British
mm.
playlist.
I mean, there are some there's some bands that are totally British that you cannot you know, you cannot say they're not. Like Madness is
Madness.
totally British.
I was
Yes,
a
the
Madness fan in
Specials.
my youth, and I have still got some Madness DVDs somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere, maybe.
I only know Our House. That's the only Madness I know. I'm
I like
sorry, but that's the
driving
only
in
one
my
that really
car.
made it over here.
All
Anytime I
right.
bought a car, the first thing I would sing when I was driving it was I like driving in my car.
So
I
there's this
diesel every time, but I stopped doing that after a wee while.
there was the Specials as well. I thought
Oh,
they
the
were really
specials.
good. The
Aye.
Specials,
Fun
yeah.
Boy 3.
Yeah, Fun Boy 3 was good as well.
Aye.
Um, you know, you had Oasis, which I thought was
I
quite good,
love
but I didn't
Oasis.
really like them. I didn't like them as people, but I liked their music. You know, I think they were pretty silly
It's like
as
the
people.
second CD I ever bought was Be Here Now.
Oh, right, okay.
The first
Mm.
record I ever bought was Another Brick in the Wall.
Oh, oh, right, Pink
Uh,
Floyd.
Pink Floyd. That was it. It was the first record I bought.
First
Pink
record
Floyd.
I bought was the soundtrack to Star Wars. It's the first vinyl. The first vinyl I ever
Uh-huh.
bought was Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder's my favorite, though. I mean, Stevie Wonder and Motown. I fell in love with Motown. My dad got this box set with cassettes, and the moment he put the first cassette in, I just thought the sound of Motown was absolutely magical. I
Mhm.
thought to myself, so that's my first stop when it comes. And I think they call it R&B now, but it'll always be Motown to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. It's crazy. As I said, when you listen to a certain tune, it takes you right back. It's like time traveling
Yeah.
when you hit a song that you know from your past. It's crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Even for people like myself who don't really listen to music, yes, it is.
Mm,
Takes you back. Because I remember when I used to, the last place I used to work in before this one, every time they had a night out, anytime the Bay City Rollers come on, one of the girls who's roughly the
mm,
same age as me used to get up and drag me up for a dance because nobody else in the office understood it because they weren't
yeah.
our age. And she
Mm.
wondered why I knew every song from the Bay City Rollers, and it was because my three older sisters played them every day for 2 years. So
They were
they
huge.
of Moses, I just absorbed the songs. I
Yeah.
hated them, but I know them all. But it's because of that, and I still, anytime there's a Bay City Rollers, my friend drags me up. Still, it's
And
so
it's I mean, you know, I guess the Americans compared to the British music. I mean, there was one point where Britain led the world when it
Yeah,
came to music at one point, didn't they? Yeah.
Well, in the 60s, but then in the 90s again.
Yeah, in the 90s. Yeah. I mean, I do like Coldplay. I think Coldplay. I've just discovered Coldplay 2 years ago, to tell you the truth.
Really?
Yeah, I only discovered them recently, which is 2 years ago, and I think they're fantastic personally. But I mean, that's just me, and I'm sure a lot of people don't like them. But I think Coldplay is pretty amazing. I like who's the little guy with the ginger hair? What's his name? Oh, Ed
Oh, I know
Sheeran.
what
Ed
it is.
Sheeran. Ed Sheeran.
Ed
I like
Sheeran.
him. I think he's really talented as well. Ed Sheeran.
So this is the Saw Doctors, an Irish band.
Oh dear.
I've seen them in concert before. I like
Are they
them.
good? Are they good?
Yeah.
The only
It's
one I
just-
remember ever hearing, not an Irish band, was from the movie. What was the movie? Commodore or something like that. The
Oh, by the way, Father,
Yes.
my mum said, "Did you meet Father down in Dallas?" And I said, "Yeah, I met him." And she goes, "What does he look like then?" So I showed him a picture of you. She was like, "He's a priest." I'm like, "Yeah, he's a priest."
Yep.
She didn't believe me.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to wear my clerics in 100-something degree weather.
Yeah.
I
The
mean, I
commitment-
got my
Sounds
collar.
Thank you, Roman. Thank you,
Yeah.
Roman. It's the Commitments. That's the only Irish band I know. The Commitments.
Yeah,
She's
so this is
old school.
my collar.
Yeah, I know. She's old school though. Obviously, she grew up where priests only wore what they wore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So there you go.
I'm
Father,
a delicate
uh,
flower.
you-
I cannot.
there's a British show. You need to actually let us know if you've ever
Which one?
watched it. Bless Me, Father.
I've heard of it.
Oh,
After
that's
Low-
very
After
old.
Low. I've
Yeah,
got
Arthur Lowe. That's very
I've
old.
got it. It was what he did right after Dad's Army.
Dad's
and
Army.
It's fun.
I
It
will
is
say,
fun.
I still admit, I love Father Ted.
That's
It's not realistic. It's far from being realistic, but I still get a kick out of
Yeah.
it.
the whole
if you
point,
ever get
isn't
a
it?
chance, Bless Me, Father, which is quite good. I enjoyed it. I've got that. It's one of the
Let's see.
classics that I've got in my collection, and it's fun.
Yeah.
I
Arthur
will
Lowe.
say the one that I started watching Hartnell for the first time.
Oh, right. What do you reckon?
I look.
I
for-
don't. I think he's okay.
He's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I enjoyed The Unearthly Child,
Mm,
but most of my experience has been a Troughton afterwards.
yeah, same here.
My favorite story
Oh,
is
they got
Yeah,
Year of
the
the
Rabbit.
Rabbit on.
I haven't
Bruno.
seen it.
Sorry, I'm a big Matt Berry fan.
Did the best one that I've seen him in was the one about the vampires. Wendology
What we
recommended
do
it
in
for
the
me.
shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows, and I had
Yeah.
never seen it, and she recommended the movie, and I loved it. I thought it was
Doesn't look like
fun.
it's available on here.
Taika Waititi was on it, and then I watched the TV show as well, and that was fun.
All these. I mean, Boone. I remember Boone.
Boone,
Go
yeah.
down. Is Boone there? Look, Boone. That's
Yes,
a
Boone.
very
Right.
old ITV show. I remember watching that. I actually liked that actor. It's a shame he died, but yeah.
Yeah,
This is one that I've been trying to watch, but I think it's a little too deep.
Yeah,
Sean
it's too
Bean
deep and too
playing the
slow.
priest.
Yeah.
I would rather go to Blackadder. So I would.
Did he die in the end then? If Sean Bean
Oh.
always dies in his
I-
movies
yes,
and TV
I
shows.
need to
don't
check that
know.
on Lost Sitcoms.
Mm.
Let's see what we got here for the comedy. It's been a while since I've seen this. I've seen maybe one episode W1A.
No, nah,
Yeah.
too highbrow for me.
Chef, I
Miranda.
actually enjoyed Chef.
It's okay. Yeah, it's all right.
British
Kevin and-
Empire, love it.
British Empire is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Gavin and Stacey, I'd never ever got that.
I
But
never
a lot
got
of people
into
seem
that
to
at
like
all.
it. Yeah, so a lot of people seem to like it.
Oh, John Bishop has a show.
Yeah, he was a comedian first and foremost. So he's quite funny actually. I
Chef
think.
White's was good.
Yeah, it's okay. That's
I didn't like
Alan
that
Davis.
Moonboy. That Moonboy was not very
Yeah.
good. Heidi,
Yeah,
High,
Heidi
oh my
High,
goodness.
love it.
Open
Mm.
Lovers got as well.
Yeah, Dad's
Riding
Army.
Camp is superb.
Yeah, I have that. Oh, I thought I had that in my
I've,
list.
eh,
I got Ali Al.
Hello.
New Statesman, love it.
Mm.
there's my Dad's Army.
What else has he got there? The Thin Blue Line. That's fantastic.
Oh, that's
Well-
Yeah, I got that in my
well
list.
written.
Atkinson. I love
Well-
this. The four of them in
Oh,
that.
that's right.
Mm.
I think they got the whole One Foot in the Grave now in. I watched
Yeah.
like the first 4 seasons or the first 5 seasons.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah, they-
good.
The gnome episode where there's like 200 gnomes.
Yeah. It's very good. I mean, it's
And
well
the
written.
episode with Father Ted with him in it. I don't.
Yeah,
believe-
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't like Mrs. Brown's Boys. I think that's absolutely nonsense.
I do enjoy it, but I only his early stuff way before he
Mm.
actually got too. I think
This
it's
big.
was
because
an
it became
abomination
very
here.
famous. Are
What's
You
that
Being
one?
Served is superb. And
No. This is the 2016 version.
Oh no,
Oh no,
don't
I
watch
wouldn't
that.
touch
That's
that
why I
with a
said it's the
bark
abomination.
It's
Mm.
because if you're talking about Are You Being Served in Grace and Favor, which
Yeah.
is also called Are You Being Served Again, it depends what
Yeah.
version you get.
Yeah.
You and I,
that's-
right up until Stephen Fry leaves.
The thing about Only Fools and Horses, which I know, Fav, you
I've
have a
tried.
problem with
I've
that.
tried.
But the thing about it is that the first season and the second season hardly anybody watched, and the BBC in those days was they actually give stuff a chance. If it wasn't for the BBC saying, because it had low ratings, saying let's give it another chance, then it would never
Yeah.
been the powerhouse that it is today.
Porridge is
So-
good as well, but not the one up further. There's the Porridge with Ronnie Barker, and then there's the other Porridge. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah,
Going
yeah.
straight.
Going going straight, but they also did a remake of Porridge, and it was
Yes,
meant to be
terrible.
Fletcher's son,
Mm,
Have
and
you
that
seen
was not very
Psychoville?
good.
yeah, it's okay. It's all
I
right.
like Mr.
It's weird.
Jolly. I mean, I loved him. I love clowns. I love demented clowns. So of course that's why I watched it.
Look what they've made, Young Hyacinth.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why. I don't know. I really don't know why.
No.
Go down, go up. Go down a bit. Keep going. No, the other way.
Up.
Right there, the League of Gentlemen and the Vicar of Dibley.
I just
Vicar
couldn't get
Dibley's.
It was okay, but I didn't
you-
like the League of Gentlemen at all. Could not
All
get
right.
humor at all.
What do you think of the Vicar of Dibley? It's okay.
get
It's
into it.
I
harmless.
thought it was
Oh,
quite good.
it's harmless, but for
Well,
me, as a priest, I just can't get into the seeing a woman in clerics.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you
See,
know.
I just thought it was it was humorous enough that they were obviously at the time when it was all coming in, and it was
Mm,
there was a lot of issues with it, shall we say?
yeah.
And they did it in such a way that people got to love the show, so it didn't dig too deep into it.
Have you, Father? Have you ever seen a film called Oh God
Yeah, a long time ago.
with George Burns and
Yeah,
John
I saw the
Denver?
second one. I think I saw the second one in the theater.
The second one was terrible, but the first one, right?
No, the
they-
third one was terrible.
Yeah, there. But the first one, though,
what
what made me laugh about the first one is they tried so hard to avoid every deep question, didn't they? In that film, it's quite funny. But I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed Oh God, I thought the ending was terrific personally. But yeah, I don't know because
I don't know if you've seen this version or heard of this one, but this
No.
is the updated. I don't think updated is right, but it's basically the equivalent to Father Brown.
Yeah.
Right.
The new Father
Yeah.
Brown.
First there was Father Brown, now say hello to Sister Boniface.
oh,
I'll
God.
be honest, I only could get through about half of it. It just,
What about
I
Father
can't-
Downing?
well, yeah, we talked about Father Dowling before.
Yeah, my mum loves that
Christmas
show.
Eve. Yeah, I love Father
I
Dowling.
watched a few bits of Father Downing, and all I could think was Bosley.
Yeah,
Yes, you know what? Right, I saw one episode where he had a twin brother that was a gambler. That was so ridiculous. What a
well,
ridiculous plot.
you know who plays the sister in that movie.
Yeah, she's cute. I can't
Well,
remember
but
who
you
plays
know
her.
who she is.
I don't know who she is. No.
You remember Ricky or Harriet and Ozzie Nelson, the TV show from the 50s? Maybe not. It's an American TV show.
No. I don't know.
One of their sons became a rock star, and it was his daughter,
Oh, right. Okay.
Tracy Nelson.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I've seen both the original Father Brown and the new one, and I like both of them. But
Mm.
Yeah, but I mean, look
I can't imagine that.
See, what's his name that plays Father Brown? I just remember it as Arthur's dad.
William,
Yeah.
William, thingy,
Rory
Williams.
Williams' dad. Yeah,
Um,
Rory's dad.
The thing,
oh,
the thing that gets me when they make,
Matt Williams.
yeah, when they make films or TV shows that include priests or the focal character is a priest. What I don't understand is why do they always go gentle with it? I don't understand why you can't have. You know what I mean, don't you? There's a level that they won't cross, right? When it comes to portraying priests. I mean, I've never seen a geeky priest apart from you, Father, on screen. Do you know what I mean? So it's really weird how they always never cross that line when it comes to actually portraying priests as a drama. Obviously, Father Ted is a comedy. Do you know what I mean? It's weird.
Bless Me Father's a comedy, but they do go a wee bit hard on that one. It's not bad hard. It's just he's sarcastic, he's grumpy, he likes a wee drink here and there.
I will say, I mean, I stayed in Oklahoma on the way down to Dallas, and this priest and I were talking. There'd be another priest that would have joined us if he was still living. He's a friend of mine that died probably 5-6 years ago, but he was a big comic book nerd, and that's before I got into it.
Yeah.
So, but if he was still around, I think he would have probably joined me for this thing.
Yeah. But Sinatra, Father Sinatra, he's into comics, isn't he, as well?
He's been to Comic-Con a number of times.
Yeah. No, that's
my
crazy.
Has been to Comic-Con with me, dressed up and everything.
I just gotta say, I don't really have the desire to go to it anymore.
No, nor do I, because there's nothing to
He's
see.
given me all his stuff back for his Star Trek outfit. I've got the phaser and all that. He gave me it back because he's not going to go back dressed up again.
Well, the thing is, though, you know what, PJ? You can dress up like Nerd Erotic and go to a festival.
I've got my boat hat there. I've got my glass. All I need is a t-shirt. I need to get one of those.
That's right. But don't open your mouth because they'll guess you're not him with your accent and all that.
I know, because he keeps on telling everybody he's Scottish. He keeps on saying, I'm Scottish, I'm allowed to, because Bakula, he thought it was German, but it's a Scottish derivative.
When I met Gary up on the roof, it was obvious that he was wired because he'd been drinking coffee all day.
Oh yeah,
he was definitely wired.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to remember how many hands did he shake that whole day?
I know, it's crazy.
Shook that many hands, he had blisters.
No, you know what? Seriously, right? I know a lot of people that like to slag off old Gary and say this and say that, but he was one of the most gentlest people I've met via live streaming. Seriously, and I just got to take my hat off to him because he's so nice, So I hopefully he'll just keep going. And,
I was on comics
with the different groups of people on.
I think sometimes people have a go at him because they're jealous of his
but put in the work, and I gotta give him,
he has, yeah.
I mean, the thing that I keep saying is I've been proud to be associated with them, following them for the number of years, and as I said, you come to these meetups, you've been around them, they know who you are. You're not like introducing yourself for the first time as somebody that just watches you. But I mean, I don't know if it's coming off if I'm explaining it, but I mean,
yeah,
they know who you are.
You get up to meet them than me get up to meet them because you two have met them. You've been on streams with them. First time I would be going, hi, hello.
But I mean, there was there was a guy that I can't remember who it was, but Jeremy saw me standing near the staircase by comics, saw me and came up and gave me a hug.
So I only got recognized by a couple. Not I'm talking about a couple as in a couple, a man. I think they're married. One fan came up to me, and that was, compared to everybody else, that I was chuffed when they recognized me. So,
I have to say, I almost preached on it this morning, but this was the gospel for the mass this morning. That basically the call of Matthew. So he got up and followed him when he was at table in his house. Many tax collectors and sinners came and sat with Jesus and his disciples. The Pharisees saw this and said to his disciples, "Why do your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" He heard this and said, "Those who are well do not need a physician, but the sick do." I kind of felt like that. That's kind of like the attitude I took being down there in Dallas. I mean,
Uh,
I'm not here to preach the gospel, but I'm here, if people could talk to me if they want about theology, I'll do it.
yeah. Now, as I said, it was incredible. It was an incredible evening as far as I was concerned. As I
And
said,
Ian, you got a comment.
who's that? I recognized. Did you? Oh yeah, of course you recognized me, mate, because you were sitting opposite me with Father. But yeah, he's the nicest guy. He looked
And
after my
his
sister.
wife,
He looked
his
after my
wife.
sister.
Oh yeah, I knew
Really
that.
nice guy. Yeah.
His wife
Man.
just had surgery yesterday and went through it
Oh, hope she's
successfully.
okay. Yeah.
hmm
I like his wife as well. She made me laugh. She's a nice person. I mean, as I said, everyone was nice down there.
Yeah.
It was great. People bought me drinks. It was nice,
Yeah.
That,
I'm waiting
that's
for them
also-
to come over to the UK. So
But that's what Gary said to me.
Gary
He
would
actually
want to
texted
do
me.
it
He
for-
said,
he would
"Yeah,
love to
I
do
can't
it.
wait to come and meet you here,
Uh-huh.
over here." He said. So I don't know when he's coming over here, but
Well, whenever
He
it is,
will.
I'm taking time off work and I'm coming down or coming up. Depends if he comes to Scotland.
yeah, yeah.
See, I mean, the thing is that's helped, I think, is having Az. And I know
And the
personality is a little bit different.
Az is not going to go to America. I got the feeling he's not going to go anywhere.
I don't know.
Some
He
reason.
might.
I don't know. I don't know.
mean-
Just a little feeling of mine.
Manowar would testify to this, but at the Vegas meetup, Gary had Az on the cell phone or whatever it was doing the stream, and everybody just started chanting Az.
Yeah, I saw it.
Az.
I saw it, but as I said, I don't know. There's something odd. I think I just got this feeling that he won't travel for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Roman
that
says, as hates
Yes.
planes.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason why he. Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
that's why Dan didn't come over with you.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know what? Right? If Dan did come over with me, he would have been terrified because the turbulence we had flying is incredible. When I was flying back, the turbulence was so bad that you can feel yourself dropping, and then it adjusts itself. It was really
I
bad.
like that in a plane. See, when I'm on a plane and there's no turbulence, I get bored.
Yeah,
First time I
right.
was on a plane, I was sitting there, and then it started going, and you can see
Yeah.
everybody going like that, and I'm sitting there going, at least it's no
I
boring
gotta
anymore.
say, I've streamed with Az before, and I like Az. I've
Yeah.
interacted with him, and
Mm.
I enjoy him. I mean, it's just
I like
his sense
him.
of humor really comes off for me that
Yeah,
He's
he's all right.
relate to him.
He's got a tighter
Yeah.
sense of humour. A lot of people in my family have got very
Yeah.
deprecating, very out there, shall we
Yeah.
say. And
I think it was his
I grew up
Black
with that.
Widow.
I
it was
grew up
his-
with that type of humour.
Yeah.
As I said, I got the feeling that maybe he might be scared of flying or something like that. I just get a feeling he won't be at the next meetup. I hope he will be,
Yeah.
but I don't think he will be.
I think the drinker says he was going because he's signing his book. It's his book
Oh,
signing.
All
He's
right.
doing ones in his book for his book. So,
Well,
yeah.
drink is bigger than Gary, bigger than Friday Night Tights, and he's huge. He's got over 1 million subscribers. It's crazy, that guy. So
Well,
You know,
sarcastic guy with a Scottish brogue.
There's nothing wrong with a Scottish brogue.
Yeah. I do, as I said, I like them all. Basically, as I said, I hear a lot of people saying a lot of different things about them. It's only because I think they're jealous of their success. That's all. Well, I mean, it's relative, isn't it? The success
Yeah.
they've got. It's not, it's
Again,
not
if you
Hollywood.
liked
It's not
every
this.
single
It's
one
not
of them
that.
the same way, it'd be weird.
Yeah. It's. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people are dying to get the subs that these people have got.
Oh God, aye.
But for me, quite frankly, I don't care.
Well,
I
there was something
really
that I
don't care.
saw on Facebook the other day, and I kind of hope maybe it will happen. Let me see if
What's
I can
that?
find that image.
I just want to keep grinding on, just
There
so
we
by
go.
the time I retire, I can actually sit back and relax.
I hope and pray this happens.
Well, if it does happen, it's going to be the biggest flop ever, isn't it? Let's face it.
Could give us a lot of content.
Mm. But there's a picture of the Thor woman. I can't remember her name now, where she's
Natalie
got
Portman.
dots on her arm.
Yes.
So it's so it looks like they've done CGI on her arms, but
I mean, that movie looks. What is it? Next week it comes out.
Oh, I'm not going to watch it. It
I'm
doesn't
not either,
interest
but
me
I
at
just want to
all.
watch the reviews. I want to.
Oh, see, I find the reviews fun to watch. I must admit.
No, but the
Just
thing
sitting
is,
back watching different reviews of the dumpster
I
fire.
don't even watch that. Because what's the point? You know, it's going to be silly and stupid. I mean, they've destroyed the whole
Yes, but
concept of
I think
Thor.
the
Yeah.
entertainment value of how people react to these programs is the entertainment value.
I guess, but I don't go out of my way. The only thing, to tell you the truth, the only thing I watch really on YouTube is the Nuna, is Gary's Nuna. I do watch a bit of Friday Night Tights, but I find that I don't understand what they're laughing at most of the time because I'm not really up with the
I know.
stuff that they
I
are.
agree with you in that respect because
Mm.
the only times I know what they're talking about is because maybe I've
Mm.
seen one of the reviews about
Yeah.
something and they're talking about how things are dying, and I'm just thinking, apart from the things you've mentioned in the review, no idea what you're talking about.
I do like Culture Casino's channel. I watch his channel as well. When I get the chance, I'm always bloody working. That's the thing. So when I get the chance, the people I watch is the Nuna. I watch Culture Casino. I try to watch Father's channel, but he's always broadcasting when I'm asleep.
Well, gee, I mean, it's a 6-hour difference.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking.
But
I only get a
we're
chance.
actually, I think I told you we're streaming tomorrow for the first Saturday stream.
Yeah, I know. I'll definitely try to make it. Definitely. What you got?
Okay.
Have you got Sinatra on?
Sinatra will be there. Lady G will be there. Miss Martin, I think, said she's going to be there. I don't know if John
Miss
Trent will
Martin.
be there.
I haven't spoken to Miss Martin in ages, so
So-
yeah. But you know, sometimes I watch PJ's channel as well. You know, but you know, as I said, it's really hard to try and find
Yeah.
time to watch.
See, I'm the same. I used to watch a lot more
Mm.
YouTube channels, but because of the stuff I'm doing throughout the week, I only get a Monday and a Thursday free. So
Yeah.
that's the only time I get to watch catch up and all the stuff, and I can't get through half the stuff I used to.
Well, I have to be on Dan's channel Thursdays. I mean, you know, I put some time aside for that. But last Thursday was really weird because there's absolutely nothing happening with Doctor Who. No matter what they say, it's like a drought until obviously the 60th happens. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
the
I
Rabbi
find it
was
hard
talking,
to talk about it.
Rabbi was talking a little bit about it this morning that Yaz is going to die.
Well, we can only hope, right?
I saw his
Painfully.
one where he was talking about Neil Patrick Harris actually having a more
kinda
permanent role.
And Lord forgive me for this, but I hope Yaz catches Ebola and COVID.
Well, you know what? So, I mean, look. I don't care. I'm not even going to be. The only thing I'm going to be watching is the clip where she changes from her to someone else on YouTube. I'm not even going to watch on the BBC because that is, to me, that's not really Doctor Who.
Now,
And
does
you know
it-
what? I feel like you guys. I think this what's his name, Shooty or whatever. I've never made it a secret that I don't believe in race swapping or gender swapping. I don't. I've got that. I don't think. I just hope it works personally. You know,
I don't
I've
know
got
if
one of them
that's
too.
true.
I used to. I've got my bin sitting there, and it used to actually do that. But the batteries need to be replaced, and the screw head is actually knackered. I can't actually get it off, so I can't change the battery. So every time I open the bin, it sets off one. Lincoln unicorn meat. Oh,
Yes, but the best part is
What's that? I can't see it.
Can't
Is
see
there
it,
is there a
so it's like-
unicorn in there? All right, okay. Here is a unicorn in there.
yeah, it's a
unicorn head.
dismembered.
Dismembered unicorn.
Unicorn. Superb.
There was a site over here called Think Geek, and they
Think
used
Geek.
to have all sorts of these little toys on there. This was one of them, so I had to buy this because I took it into the classroom just to show the kids unicorn meat.
Does anybody like unicorns? Hello, I've got.
Oh no! What I actually do, and now that I'm going back to teaching this fall, I'll find out who's afraid of clowns before I tell them I like clowns. So that way, when I know who's afraid of clowns, because I used to put random clown images into my PowerPoint slides. You don't know when they're going to appear, but there will be a clown image. Just to torment you.
Somebody's not got a phobia.
It's fun
Yeah.
to play on their fears.
Mm,
Yeah.
I think you're going to hell, Father.
Nah. Praying for the grace of a happy death, the apostolic pardon, and all that stuff.
All right. Okay.
No, what you do is actually you walk in, Father, like that, and just walk about like that for a wee while. And as you walk past someone, just pat their head, and then just go like that as you walk past them,
No
and
touch.
they'll go,
No touch.
Yeah, you can't touch them
No
anymore.
touch.
Yeah, it's not
"Oh
good.
well." See, I used to do that with my kids. I would walk in like that, and I would be walking around the room for a wee while, and then I would just actually, as I walked behind them, I would tap them in the head, and just that would be it. And you imagine what they thought I had my hand beforehand.
Now, what I do have, I don't know if I'm using it this fall, but they have a little remote clicker where you can walk around and it will fast forward or rewind the slide. But they have the laser pointer on there. So if the kid isn't paying attention, I'll line up the shot. And
But I mean, how are the kids? Are they okay? Are they unruly? Or
it's been 5 years since I've been in the schools. So it's going to be it'll be interesting to see what they're like now.
yeah, I've only taught once. I was teaching acting for screen at one point, which was a very long time ago, talking about over 20 years ago. And, you know, you can't tell them the truth. I remember I was telling them the truth about the industry, and the people above me were saying, don't tell them that. You can't tell them that because they're paying for the lessons. I'm like, but they've got to learn.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. Yeah, so I was told off for telling them the truth.
Yeah. I used to teach IT. It was about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I used to go, I was working in IT support, and I used to walk across the road and teach at night. So I was out working for about 16 hours a day. I was knackered, but I had 3 young kids to actually bring up, so I needed the cash.
Doctor Who ended Peter Capaldi. Yeah.
I didn't even watch the end of Peter Capaldi.
I couldn't stand Capaldi's last season, and no, it wasn't because Bill was a lesbian. It just
it did.
I never knew that at all. She never told us once.
yeah.
Now, I started watching it when Peter Capaldi came in, and I lasted a wee while, but I didn't even watch the end.
I just couldn't stand Twice Upon a Time.
I couldn't either.
He was good. Whoever the guy that played William Hartnell was really good in the movie.
David Bradley.
Yeah, but it was just
they brought him in as Doctor Who because he played William Hartnell in the TV show about William Hartnell, not the Doctor. But they says, oh well, he'll come in as the Doctor. Why? Because he played a character who played the Doctor.
Well, and the other thing, I mean, I probably said it, but I love the Brigadier, but I didn't care for the hero worship that gave him in the later years.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of Kate Lethbridge.
I didn't like Lethbridge Stewart, the Kate Lethbridge Stewart, and I didn't like the Cyber Brigadier at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping that this new Doctor will work, but my heart sunk. It sunk just like when I saw Jodie take off her hoodie and it was revealed that there was a woman playing the Doctor. And the same thing when I heard the casting for the Doctor and he was black and he was gay. No disrespect to people that are black or gay, but I personally don't believe in race swapping and don't believe in gender swapping. And I don't care what people say. They keep saying to me, oh, but he's an alien. He can change. But it's rubbish. The whole point is that the Doctor has been established for over 50 years as a white male. Do you know what I mean? And to change it now is only because of politics they're changing it.
Yeah.
You know,
Ian, I've said, and I'll keep saying is, if they take a female and change it to a male, or a black character and change it to a white character, then I'll agree with them. Up until that point, then all they're doing is changing one side, one way. If they change the other ways, then we can't argue. But they don't, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, if they did it before the advent of all this nonsense and they put Adrian Lester as the Doctor,
Starbuck. I didn't like
the new
Star Galactica. Yeah, Starbuck was a very popular character.
You knew it was coming when they regenerated the General from a white man into a black woman.
Yeah.
You knew that it was coming.
You knew as soon as Missy appeared. As soon as Missy appeared, you knew what they were going to do. It was literally setting up. And I love Michelle Gomez, but the Missy was not the master. Sorry. If
I
she
like
was the
John
master, she would have
Sims.
still continued to use her title, not changing it just because she's female now.
Yeah, as I said, I really don't know what's going to happen. I hope this new Doctor will work, and the politics will be, Doctor Who will be free of all this stupid politics stuff. But I kind of doubt it. That's
I
what's
don't
going to
think it will
happen.
because Russell T Davies, everybody thought he was going to come back and save it, and yet the first thing he opened his mouth and basically was going on about how they get the Tories out because they're not allowing us to get the money to make whatever crap
Right.
we want to make.
Look at
I-
what was it? Spielberg did Indiana Jones. I mean, the
Mm.
first three were awesome. The fourth one sucked, and I'm dreading what number 5 is going to be.
Oh, I
So,
don't
I
it's
mean,
not-
think-
it's-
because they did something gold 20, 30 years ago doesn't mean they'll do it again now.
He's not involved with the Indiana Jones film, Spielberg.
Okay.
So he's not involved. It's KK and what's his name, Mangold, who's directing it. But what I'm saying is that I think it's really bad that people keep going back to old stuff. They should
Yeah.
create new stuff. And you know what, right? A lot of people talk about diversity. If that's the case, how come they're not bringing back Shaft? Do you know what I mean? You know,
They tried.
They can't.
no, they
that's the
did.
problem.
Not as a TV show, though.
No.
No, so it's,
I don't think it ever was a TV show.
it was in the 70s. It came as a TV show.
That was during the black exploitation era where they based
No, yeah.
everything out in America.
Those were the films, but they made a
Yeah.
TV show, Shaft, the TV show. Well, Richard Roundtree was in it, actually, in the TV show.
I'm
Fine.
going to
That would have
be
been
very
because
careful
that
how
was-
I play this.
Mm.
Okay, this one I could actually probably get in trouble for showing. But this
Oh,
was
is this? Oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Is that the? No, it was because I thought that was to do with the TV show of Blazing Saddles.
It is.
Bringing
For-
black man's law. He's black.
Is, that was Black Bart, wasn't it?
He's boss. Fred Williamson is boss.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I just swore on your new deputy. Made myself the sheriff. Being called a nigger and what? Now that's
Oh. You're going to get in trouble for this, Father.
I gotta say, I actually enjoyed the movie.
Oh, really? God, they must be trained under the stormtroopers. They can't hit anything with their guns, can they? Let's face it.
Did you see that one on Twitter? A stormtrooper and a red shirt are having a fight. The stormtrooper
There we go.
keeps on missing, but the red shirt dies anyway.
part legend, part devil, all man.
Oh dear, oh dear.
That's just a
Oh,
satisfying
dear.
curiosity.
Good morning, gentlemen. It's my pleasure to tell you that
Sir, you are interrupting our breakfast. We never discuss business.
But hold
while
on, I
we're
don't understand. YouTube is playing this.
It's on
I mean,
YouTube.
shouldn't this be banned?
Here,
I've been wanting to say that. You are interrupting.
here,
our
listen to this part.
breakfast. We never discuss business while we're eating.
Where'd you learn to talk like that?
I've been wanting to say that to somebody for 8 years. My slave master said that to me once. It sounded so pretty, I never forgot it.
Dear, oh dear. Why would anyone watch this?
Well, but this was during the blacks
Exploitation.
exploitation,
Yeah.
and I mean, I actually seen the movie. It's like on Tubi or something. It actually is fun.
Mm.
I mean, this is the same time as Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, that'll never be shown on TV anymore.
I
Blazing
guarantee
Saddles.
that.
Mm.
Oh, Christ almighty, look what they did with even something like the Battle of Britain.
Yeah.
They dubbed over the dog's name.
And happy 96th birthday to the great Mel Brooks.
Yes.
We
Yes.
just
He's
had it the other day.
still going. He's still going. He's still funny though, Mel. I've seen some interviews with him. He's still funny. He's just, as I said, he's just got a funny bone. He was born with a funny bone, that man, in my opinion. But yeah.
See, I just got the entire collection of Get Smart.
Oh gosh.
Oh, Don Williams,
Adams.
Don Lemon. He is superb. See that remake, the movie, that was just
No.
that was
See, that's
jump.
the thing that drives me nuts. You look for like Get Smart, you look for like the Lady Killers, you look for the Avengers. It's never the original. I mean,
Always
I-
the jump.
it's always the new stuff.
Yeah. But you can get the Avengers. It's out.
Yes.
I mean, should it not be on BritBox, the Avengers?
Hey, I got it up here.
Oh, right. But I love the Avengers. I thought it
Yeah.
used to scare me as a kid, though.
The one I want to get hold of is the Champions.
Oh gosh, the Champions was
I
fantastic.
love the Champions.
Oh, excellent. What season's that then? All of them?
It's the Emma Peel box set.
All right, cool.
So
Emma
it's
Peel was the best.
every
Every
16 DVDs, all 51 Emma Peel episodes.
She was the best, Emma Peel, out of all of them.
Best
So
Bond girl.
cool. Yeah,
Although
she
I did like Joanna Lumley as Purdy.
she was okay, but Diana
No,
Rigg
you
was the
don't- She
best.
definitely wasn't Emma Peel.
Yeah, Emma Peel was
just superb.
she was so gorgeous in every episode I
Yeah.
saw her in. You know, she's just class.
And she was believable as a deadly fighter.
Mm,
Same as
yeah.
Joanna Lumley for the time.
Mm.
I
There was
actually
a-
want to see more of the new one.
There was an episode where she had a guest star appearance in it, didn't she? Diana Rigg
Uh-huh.
in the New Avengers. There was an episode, but
With
do you know in
Gab-
the New Avengers there's an episode with the guys who play Bodhi and Doyle?
I don't know them.
Martin Shaw?
Yeah, and they're both in the scene together. Yeah.
But I mean, the thing that I made the observation to ask, there's something about the British musical intro
Yeah.
between like the Avengers, the Champions,
Persuaders.
Persuaders, the Hopkins
Jason
and
King.
Rando
Yeah.
and Hopkins deceased.
Yeah.
Randon Hopkirk.
Yeah, but I mean, there's something. I mean, they all have the musical intro
Yeah.
and the Persuaders.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I still think the 60s intro of the Avengers is much better than that.
I do too.
The bit where he walks on and he has the champagne and he shoots it's just absolutely brilliant, isn't it? They clink their glasses and then
Yeah.
the whole thing starts. It's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Although the Tara King is it Tara King.
Tara King, yeah.
Yeah, the last season of the intro wasn't as good.
No, because the Americans took over. I think it was ABC
Was
that
that what
took
it
over.
was?
Yeah.
Where you
So-
got like
so-
the little moving target and all that.
Yeah. So basically, the seasons that had Diana Rigg in it, they were mysterious. You didn't know whether they were working for MI6 or anything. You never saw them in an office. You never saw who was in charge. And then the Americans took over and they were like, well, who do they work for? And they created
Right
this
where
character
Mom
called
comes-
Mother.
Yes.
Yeah, they created this character called Mother and all that nonsense. And then, the Avengers was, a part of an organization. But as I said, the original version, it was mysterious. You didn't know who they were working for. You knew they were working for the right
I
side.
forgot about Mother.
Yeah, it's a bit silly, but the Americans
And
created Mother.
the ending of the Avengers too. Weren't they
Mm.
shot into space or something?
The end of the Avengers? No. No.
The
No.
very last
I don't,
episode of the Avengers. I thought
no, I don't remember that.
That one.
I don't remember that one either. I know Sapphire and Steel had ended badly.
I've got Sapphire and Steel still on VHS and somewhere. I loved Sapphire and Steel, so I did.
They ended trapped in another dimension.
Yeah.
In the last episode, didn't they? That was
those
really bad.
programs were just so impactful. You remember the one? It was the submarine. It was the 11th of the 11th of the 11th, 11 minutes past the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th. And I'm sitting there going, wow, that was so impactful. Watching all the old war movies, and then you watch that, and it was all about people who
did watch
died
themselves.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Here. I know Wikipedia is not the best source, but
So what happened with them?
okay, where is it?
Mrs.
Oh,
Peel
where-
left, and then what's her name took over? Tara
Tara
King took over.
King.
Yeah. But
Okay,
They
so
couldn't have-
there it is.
What's
The
that?
final scene
I-
of the
I've pulled
final
it up.
episode. Huh?
No, I'm just reading it as well.
Has Steed and King, champagne glasses in hand, accidentally launching themselves into orbit aboard a rocket as Mother breaks the fourth wall and says to the audience they'll be back. Before
And they
Abby
were.
and Shock, they're unchaperoned up there.
I never saw that episode, but that seems because ABC Network took over, so I'm pretty sure that was an American idea. So there you go.
Now, is that American Broadcasting Company or another British company?
No, it wasn't. I don't. It says there U.S. In the U.S., the ABC
Okay.
network chose to. So it was. So Linda
Oh,
Thorson
okay.
was meant to be American, wasn't she? As I recall, or was she? I can't remember. But yeah, I remember the last episode with Dinah Rigg in it, where she says goodbye to Steed, and then Steed looks out the window because she was always married in the show. And she
Right.
goes to meet her husband, and she gets into the car, and the husband has a bowler hat on, and just in the back of his head, he looks like Steed as she drives off. Do you remember that episode? That was hilarious.
Been a
I
while.
just read that part. The revised series continued to broadcast in the US. The episode with Linda Thornton,
yeah.
as King proved to be highly rated in Europe and the UK. However, in the US, the ABC network chose to air the opposite a number one show.
See,
So, wonder why.
Yes
actually-
asks about my opinion on Poltergeist Legacy. Never seen it.
Mm. You know, Persuaders lost against, I think it was Mission Impossible. I think it was Mission Impossible. I'm not sure. That's why it flopped in the States, but it was a huge hit in England.
See, I think I told you, Ian, that I started watching CI5 because it's on Tubi over here.
Is that what it's called over there? Because it's called The Professionals over
The
here.
Yeah,
Professionals
it's
with-
CI5
with
over
Woody
here.
and Doyle and the great Gordon Jackson.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
Crowley.
fantastic. Yeah. It is a good show, but you have to be quite. I've been watching the Sweeney because they have every episode on Amazon now for free. Yeah, so I've been watching some of them. They're really
The
crazy.
early
episodes,
ones
though.
were definitely adult only.
Yeah, definitely.
There it is.
Definitely.
Oh, that's
Oh no, don't watch that one.
Don't watch that
I
one.
made the mistake of seeing that, but
Yeah,
that
don't
one.
watch that one. That is not the true Professionals. That is
No.
just ridiculous.
The Professionals with
it's on Roku.
Mark-
I'm sorry, it's on the Roku channel.
Right.
with
Don't watch
what
that.
do you call him? Martin Short, who played in
Lewis
the-
Collins
Lewis Collins and Gordon Jackson.
Jackson. Yeah,
They are the Professionals.
yeah. They should bring it back. They really should.
The
With
problem
new
is,
people.
if they bring it back,
Mm.
it'll be
Yeah.
Bodie and Doyle and Mrs. Jackson.
yeah. It'd be with two women, wouldn't
Okay,
it?
it is the Professionals.
Yeah, Professionals.
the-
You should see the beginning of. It's not season 1, but if you see season 2, the music and the beginning is such a classic in TV history. Yeah, in the TV history. So no, that's the Sweeney. That's the Sweeney
No,
you're
it's
singing
because
there.
you mentioned the Sweeney. It's basically what my name. I got that in it.
If the first shot you see in the credits of the Professionals is a car smashing through a window,
Aye,
that's how
that's right.
tough it was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
But that's
the bit-
season
you
2,
you
though.
remember the episode where they actually met those two guys and they became
yeah.
friendly with them, and it turns out those two guys were the terrorists, had to actually fight against them, and
Yeah.
you could see the two of them didn't want to, but gun out,
Okay.
bang.
Here we go. Right, go. See, no, no. You got to go backwards. You got to go back. Go back.
What?
Go back. Right, just leave it there. Hold on. We'll start in a minute. Hopefully.
We'll just keep talking so that way we don't get copyright. I think that's what they did last week with the Love and Thunder
Yeah.
trailer. They just
I've
kept
seen this
talking.
episode.
Very impressive.
This is season 2, episode 1.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
not
seen
with a thing
it.
like that, friend. Well, don't I gotta go?
That's not a toy, Bodie.
No, sir.
come on.
Seems to be
Where's
raining.
the credits? Come on.
Well, I had the credits up.
No, but there it is. There it is.
That's how it starts.
If you're in any doubt how tough this show is, this opening credits will tell you. Fantastic.
The only
Look
reason
at
I
those
watched the
computers
new
in the
one was
background.
because of what's his name from the Equalizer.
Oh yeah. So this was Britain's answer to Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
So, but it was so successful in England.
I've never seen Starsky and Hutch.
Haven't you?
No. See, those two did a lot of shows together.
Yeah. But I mean, it was such a huge hit. This show, it was incredible, absolutely incredible. I mean, the ITV was dancing, dancing on air when they used to show this on Saturday evenings, as I believe.
Didn't they do the producers as well? Or no, not the producers, the Avengers.
They did. Yes. Brian Clements was part of the event. Yeah,
he did quite a lot. Brian Clements. He was actually. His name's on quite a few things.
Yep. But there's some really. I mean, there was Protectors. I used to watch Saturday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
There was the Persuaders. There was
Champions.
The Champions, which was really good. Jason King.
Oh God, I remember Jason King with that hair and the big moustache.
Gosh, yeah. Was it the Department S, which Jason King came from? There was what else was there? There was Randall Hopkirk, deceased, as the Americans would call it. Yeah,
and not the new one with
the great John Barry.
Yes, John Barry, fantastic.
Because you can just tell. I mean, it has like that. It has that Barry feel to it.
It does. It's really funny because you see where they came from.
The Saint. Remember the Saint as well?
The Saint, yeah, fantastic. Roger Moore.
Yeah,
I need to sit down and watch that one too. I mean, I've seen an episode or two. And unfortunately, I made the mistake of rewatching the movie not too long ago.
Yeah, it's terrible. But Roger Moore was great.
With everything that was going on in Russia, it kind of was appropriate. Because I mean, it just kind of the movie showed you the hope that we had about Russia.
I get that, and then you meet in the new TV say, where the two of them walk past a woman and just look back.
Yeah.
Curtis and Moore. Fantastic.
Never would have thought.
Yeah. But yeah, was it Lewis Grade? Was it Lewis Grade that brought them together, wasn't it? I think Lewis Grade brought them together. He's like a TV mogul. He wanted to make a show that would talk to the Americans. So that was the whole point of The Persuaders. So he got one of the highest TV or movie stars, which was Curtis at the time.
Yeah.
So he got Curtis in to play opposite Roger Moore. Everybody said you wouldn't get Curtis at all, but he got him. And also, Lewis Grade was responsible for the Muppet Show as well. It was his idea for the Muppet Show. Yeah. So,
I love the Muppets.
Yeah.
Fozzie the Bear was who I wanted to be when I was younger.
Fuzzy.
So we got at least 12 minutes before the show's to start.
Have you seen the Muppet movie?
What one?
It's been a long
The first one.
I've got the Muppet movie.
So have I.
I used to have the glasses.
But the thing is, though, the Muppet movie is magical.
Aye.
The first one's magical.
Even things like I like the Muppets.
Take Manhattan.
No. I've got the Muppets from outer space. I've got the Christmas Carol.
Oh, I love that one.
I love the Christmas Carol. I thought where Ratty was just hilarious, climbing up, and then suddenly he walks through. What'd you make me climb up for?
But you know what? No joke. That's probably one of Michael Caine's best performances on a movie. He was really good in that film, and it was a Muppet film.
I know.
I used to have these glasses.
Oh yeah.
I know. I've not seen those ones. I must admit.
But that
was the thing. The restaurants over here used to give out glasses.
But you know what? They had these shots in the Muppet movie, which to this day, it still blows my mind. They had a shot where Kermit the Frog was riding a bike. And I'm like, how the hell did they do that?
Yeah, basically.
How did they do that?
It was almost like a chopper.
Yeah.
A big tall wheeled one,
And then the sequel was Muppets. What is it? Muppets Take Manhattan, or Great Muppet Caper. All of them were riding bikes. All of them. I don't know how they did that either.
The bloody dogs off.
This is a great movie as well.
It is.
The Italian job's fantastic.
You're only supposed to blow the
bloody dogs off. But I prefer that to the remake. The remake.
Oh god, the remake's terrible.
The remake, no.
Junk. Whereas that one was really good.
But you see, that's why I don't understand. Why didn't the film? Well, I guess it's just an exercise in money. They knew they could make money out of it. But the problem with the remake is it could never ever match the original, because the original's all about being English. That's what it was all about.
And what did they do in that one? It was Italian cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You just sitting there like, but it's somebody said on Twitter, I can't remember who it was, is why don't they just remake the bad movies and leave the good movies alone? Because all they're doing is compare. People are compare it. So if you've got a really good movie and you make a remake, it doesn't matter if the remake's good. They'll always say no as good as the original.
Yeah, but they did. I mean, the clever directors did, didn't they? The Thing and The Fly were both. They weren't very good movies, but John Carpenter made a fantastic thing. And
that's what I'm saying. So if they did that, there's a lot of bad movies over there they could remake.
Yeah,
but I don't know why those Magnificent Men, and
Good
I
movie.
love that. I absolutely love that.
I love Terry Thomas.
Terry Thomas, I've got on my list in eBay. I've not got round to actually clicking the button. Is the Terry Thomas collection?
Do you know what? You remember those days when they used to have fantastic openers for movies?
Yeah. I loved that one, but also Monte Carlo or Bust.
And the
Great
Pink
Race.
Panther. The Pink
Are you
Panther
talking the
movies.
Tony Curtis movie, The Great Race?
Yeah,
The
that was
Great
fun.
Race, the Monte Carlo or Bust, and you had Terry Thomas playing the Dick Dastardly character.
No, that was Jack Lemmon.
No, the one with Terry Thomas. The Great Race is different, I think, in the Monte
The Great
Carlo. and
Race
Bust.
was Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis.
Yeah.
Well, Monte Carlo and Bust.
But you know, what is it? The Pink Panther movies had great starts as well. They'd have like a little segment in the beginning. They would have the Pink Panther opening credits, wouldn't they? The Pink Panther movies.
I've got all the Pink Panther
not-
movies.
not
and
heard of
there's
this one.
movie is not part of the collection. The Return of the Pink Panther, because it was filmed at a different studio. So you have to get the two of them separately.
Oh, okay. So those daring young men and their jaunty jalopies,
Oh God.
Monte Carlo or Bust. Okay.
Monte Carlo or Bust is what it was called. We called it, and yes, you've got the daring young men and his jaunty jalopies, because it was along the same line as those the flying machine, those daring young men and the flying machine, and that's what they did that with. But no, it was Monte Carlo or Bust, and Terry Thomas played the Dick Dastardly character.
I don't understand why they haven't made a film of the Wacky Races yet.
Oh no,
No,
Because that would be fun.
but you
20
watch
years
that
ago,
Monte
it
Carlo or
would've.
Bust if you get a chance, and look at Terry Thomas's character, even with the hats and stuff like that. He's Dick Dastardly.
Mm.
So
That'd
yes.
be interesting.
I
Put it that way. It'd be very, very interesting if they did make it. Who would they cast and stuff? That'd be
Oh
cool.
God.
Yeah, it'd be great. I mean, I
They'll
used to
never
like
do
the
it
cartoon as a
because
kid.
Can you imagine a Penelope pit stop?
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh, Benny Hill.
Perfect. The Italian
Like-
job, Benny Hill.
Yeah,
The Perville Benny Hill, in it.
yeah. He
Big
liked
women.
fat women. Yeah,
Fat women.
yeah.
Michael Caine is over 80 now, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
It would
He's,
easily be aye.
I remember the scene in this film where he was introducing everyone around the table, and he was like, "This is what is it? This is Bent Tony. He's he's what is it? He's as honest as the day is long." That one line. It's crazy.
So, well, we'll probably have to start wrapping up just because we're
Okay.
getting close
Yeah.
to the time. And
Yeah,
I
we
still have
haven't
maths
started
tonight.
yet.
Ian,
I
did
have-
Terry Pratchett not use that line? He's honest as his day is long, but as soon as it turns night time, watch your wallet.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was in those Magnificent Men, whoever Terry Thomas's assistant was after they sabotaged the Japanese plane.
Mm.
It's like, can we watch the nip take off?
Mm.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't say that today. I just did, but I can't.
Mm. It's
But
not
that's
good, is
the
it?
thing. It's a case of people didn't take offence to it because it was just it's like when they were going on about the jocks. Believe it or not, us Scots didn't actually take offence to get called jocks or some of the other things.
Well,
we
I
would
mean,
get
it's kind of
called.
like this. I don't.
I think it is an appropriate amount.
Bollocks.
Oh, I love this scene. I love this scene.
I would ask you to refrain from using that kind of language in my courtroom.
And which word in particular do you object to, Your Honor?
Head one.
Could you read it back?
Bollocks.
Don't read
Oh, I love the IT crowd.
I liked parts of it. There was certain parts I just thought was just too ridiculous because I work in IT. It's some of it I found really funny. Like for instance, when somebody phones, you would put the phone on a recorder. It just kept saying, "You try to turn it on and off again."
Yeah.
Yes, I could appreciate that. The first thing we did that, believe it or not, years before the IT crowd, and me and the guy I worked with, we created a sheet, an A4 sheet we would hand to people, and it would have 10 things to try before they contacted us, and number 10 was always restart your computer, because that fixed most things.
Yeah.
Does. Mhm.
So we had a sheet like that. It basically was almost the same as turn it off and back on again. And
Well, the guy that played, what's his name?
Moss.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking I'm getting my comedians mixed up. Is it Black Books or is it the IT crowd? The guys in Run Fat Man Run or Run Fat
Well,
Boy
you've
Run.
got and the IT crowd is Dylan Morgan. Dylan Morgan. That's the Black Books.
Yeah, Black Books.
Aye, that is a good show as well.
Love Black Books.
Oh,
I know Ian doesn't like it.
I love
Yeah, as I said, there's really good Brit shows on, but it's all in the past. You know, I haven't seen a good Brit show recently.
You want a really good one from the past? Chelmsford 1, 2, 3 or Chance in a Million?
I
I
remember
gotta say,
that.
I enjoyed Upstart Crow.
Yeah. As I said, I haven't watched anything that's British, and not in a long time on TV. I watched The Boys this morning, and I watched all of what's his name's just started Stranger Things. The next
haven't
season
watched
just started,
any new
isn't it? I'm
stuff.
going to watch that. Yeah,
Rabbi was
I'm
telling
watching
me
the Orville, but I'm getting disillusioned
Yeah,
with it.
that's what the rabbi was telling me. The last two episodes were kind of bad.
They're junk. The episode, the most recent one about Topa, the girl who played Topa, is excellent, and it is a feel-good story. But the message behind it, it's the first time that what is Bortus's husband's name?
I don't remember.
But
I just got to say that Derek,
Crichton.
my response to Derek is Lord Thoth's comment.
Yeah, but in the most recent one, the character I disliked the most in the whole of the Orville novel, I've always disliked him, was Crichton. It's Bortus's husband.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I've agreed with everything he's done. He said, and he's meant to be the bad guy in this episode because it's.
Well, don't give it away. I kind of know.
No, it's just, but it's when you're watching it, but you'll understand, you'll see where they're going with it. But it's the girl who plays Topa is excellent throughout the whole thing, and it has got a feel-good ending. I'm not denying that, but the message throughout it, I did not like. It was too preachy, and I think last week's one with the girl who with all the psychedelic traps and stuff like that, and the message behind that, I disliked it as well. Very.
Do you reckon he was under the powers that be to actually make it like that?
Yeah, they're very preachy, and it's basically turning me off. I'm getting to the point, if I don't watch it next week, I'll no care. It's literally the last two have just put me off it. Yeah, this week's was a feel good. You could see you could feel yourself smiling at the end of it, and the girl who played Topa is excellent throughout the whole episode. She's really good, and I think she's going to have one hell of a career.
I was watching Next Generation, a couple of episodes of Next Generation a couple of days ago, and do you know what? Right, one of the things that attracts me to the Data character is that you do sometimes wish you were Data, because he can do things that humans can't do at all. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's there was at one point, there was one episode, I can't remember what it was called, but I didn't see it recently, but there was one episode where the whole of the crew wasn't, I think they were tired or fell asleep or whatever, something happened, and only Data was flying the Enterprise, and he saved everyone. Obviously,
Was that the one in they were in a place where it was it they were either they had to all get knocked out because
that was it, yeah.
Yeah, they had to get knocked out because they came across a place that they were going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
They had to lose their memory, and he had to pilot the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Data's probably one of the best characters. I know they created him to be like Spock, but he's a really good character, isn't he? And it's a shame what they did to him in the Picard series. But
Picard,
yeah.
Thankfully, I've not seen it.
Yeah.
Neither have I, and I've not even watched any reviews of it. Thankfully,
See, the only reason I might get Paramount is because I still want to see the new Beavis and Butthead movie.
Oh, I've got that. I can send that to you. Or did I get rid of it? I think I got rid of it.
It's okay.
Yeah. Have you seen What Is a Woman?
I need to. I know you sent that to me. I know.
What's that one?
It's a documentary about.
Basically, the Daily Wire did a documentary on the community.
What is about? Explain about it. I've heard about it. I have heard about it.
I can send it to you if you want, PJ.
Oh, aye.
Yeah,
well,
it's really good.
As Rabbi and I were talking this morning, things are getting quite interesting over here over the last week with Roe v. Wade being overturned, and it seems that everybody now knows what a woman is.
Oh, did you see the Twitter thing they were talking about the demos? Roe v. Wade, my body, my choice. You must be vaccinated to attend.
Yeah, and the ones that are leading the protests and all angry are the same crowd that told us love Trump's hate over the last 6 years.
They're the ones that actually told everybody they must be vaccinated. No choice, and no matter it is mandatory. Now they're turning around saying, "Aye, but."
Well, you know.
It's all nuts. It's just it's the fact that you see things and it's just so obviously it's all put on because these people actually just cannot be that brain dead. There was the one with the girl. There was the one with the girl. She's holding a banner saying you would have more freedoms in South Korea, China, and Russia. Oh, and you're sitting there thinking, really? Do you think you'd be allowed to stand with that?
And that's the thing that drives me nuts is the ones that hold up the sign saying the gun has more rights than the woman. It's like, well, guns aren't allowed in planes, or schools, or government buildings.
That one. And theaters. In the UK, I understand some things they're saying. However, yes, the fact is, as soon as you're not allowed to go into the pub, you're not allowed anywhere near kids, you're not allowed here, you're not allowed there, you're not allowed here, and you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that, and we can't actually take you out in a concealed carry.
It's crazy, isn't it?
See, that's the other thing too. That they're like abortion's going to still happen either way, and it's like gunners are like. You can pass all the gun laws you want, but that doesn't make the guns go away.
Did you not see the one where the girl say when they were talking about, well, you're banning abortions, but abortions will take place? He says, well, you're trying to ban guns.
Yeah.
But the guns are saving us. He says, how? If guns are illegal, who's going to shoot you? Really? You mean a criminal's going to come up and say, well, I was going to shoot you, but it's against the law? And it's a case of nuts. They think because you make guns illegal, then nobody will be able to use a gun to rob you because they're illegal.
Look at all those people waiting for the show to start.
Oh, yeah. We are on very standard time.
Was it 16,000 last week?
Yeah.
Well, it's after Alex Jones was on the first time that they've gone over 10,000.
Who's this?
Now it's been...
Who's this guy then on the cover?
Don't know.
Oh, right.
I think it might be the coffee guy.
He's been on before. It's him and another guy. The two of them their talk show. They do a talk show, like a comedy talk show, where they take them. They put on characters.
Oh, the Governor Andrew Cuomo rocking
that
church
type of
show.
thing. Is that not him?
It might
I
be.
don't know. I don't know. But
I'm
I mean,
sure
we've got 11 people watching this stream.
Yes. And thank you to the 11 that are watching.
Exactly.
Still working on trying to get the watch time up. So, but while we're doing that, I'll just say that I'm going live again tomorrow morning at 10 Central. And again,
What's that in UK time?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's whatever 6 hours
Hold
later,
on.
so what?
Let's have a look. So
if it's 1 o'clock here and it was 8 o'clock here, 7 hours difference. So 10, that'd be like 12. So it'd be 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock in the morning for
5
us.
o'clock. No, 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Really?
Yeah, I was going to say 10 o'clock Central my time.
10 a.m.
I'm not streaming at 5 in the morning.
No.
we're
Oh,
talking about in
it'll
the
be
morning.
5.
Are you talking about 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.?
10 a.m.
So it'll be 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's a Saturday morning stream. And then Sunday night, Father Sinatra and I will be doing a stream.
No,
What's that bleeping? Is that someone?
I think it's you.
That's not me.
It's not me.
Let's see. That might have been me after all. Is it done?
Was it yours?
My No, I still hear it now.
It's not me.
It's not me, because I'll mute me if you want. All right, hold on.
It's him.
It's you.
Is it me?
It's you, yeah. PJ, it's you.
Is
that
it-
what that bleeping is?
Is it that?
Yeah, that's it.
I think it's my beard that's actually rubbing against my mic.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's a bleep. It's a bleeping noise. I've got no bleeping nothing around where I am. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know.
That is his voice gone.
Yeah, it's him.
It was
It's
my
you.
mic muted, so
I just muted you, so
It's definitely you.
Well, I
PJ.
can't hear it, I must admit, and I've got nothing beeping.
It's there. It's like somebody's doing Morse code or something.
Do you know what it is?
What
it's
is
like
it?
a heart
Actually,
monitor that's doing the little beep thing.
I think it's my wife in the background, and she's watching the TV, and there must be something on the TV.
That's got bleeping.
No? I've got no sound in here at all.
It's you.
That is. It's definitely not me. You can mute me.
No, it's the father said it's me because he muted me, and I muted myself, and I can't hear it at all. So if it
There you
is
go.
coming through my
Not me.
mic, which means that I'm not hearing it, my mic is doing something.
It's got to be. Yeah. It's really weird. It's like somebody's trying to contact us from outer
See,
space.
it is him.
Yes, it's definitely PJ. It's definitely PJ. Yeah, look, I'm telling you, it's aliens. That's what it is, mate.
I just literally unplugged my mic. There's zero sound in this room. I can hear my wife watching the TV in the background, but there's no beeping, nothing. So it
What's
must
she
be
watching?
Who knows? It's probably junk. What day is it? It's Friday, so it's probably Coronation Street or EastEnders or something like that.
Coronation Street. Oh, that show, such a bane. God.
But
Don't know
I've
why
not got
people
any
like it.
sound in here at all.
It's definitely you, though.
Well, that's what I'm agreeing. It probably is me, but I can't work out where it's coming from because I've got nothing beeping or anything in my ear.
It's a secret message from Uranus.
I'm wondering if it's my mic it's playing up. It's maybe something within the mic. It's actually causing it.
Don't
That's
know.
why I unplugged the mic and plugged it back in to see if it would reset it. But I don't know.
That's weird. How comes these people are late then? Aren't they supposed to be on now, these Friday Night Tights people? They're always late.
do that. They're always late, at least half an hour late sometimes.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
yeah. And people are giving them money as well. Look at all that money. One guy's giving
Jealous?
them 20. No, not really. $20.
And they've got 3 members and they're $20 and they've got a load.
My little
What would you
shameless thing.
But you can add a tip thing,
I
can't
got
you?
a
when
tip
you-
jar thing. Yeah,
Tip jar, yeah.
I'm not monetized. I'm over 1,000 subs, but I'm not monetized because they don't have the watch time.
Oh, right. So
See, I've
you're
got,
going to
I've
have
got
to
the
watch
watch
time.
time. I've got the watch time, but I'm nowhere near. I'm only
I've got the watch
105.
time and I am monetized, but I can't be asked.
Aye.
I really
I've
can't
only
be.
got
Well, you know, the
185.
thing I could probably do is start playing this on at night. Just let my channel stream on my TV at night, and I don't know, let that do it over a few days. Maybe I'll get a few hours.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got 185 subscribers. I need to actually get a drive to get some more.
So you
But-
get 4,000 hours of watch time from
Yes.
those 185. Wow.
Yep. Basically, because I remember I do clips of TV shows and stuff like that as well, and I have been online for nearly 2 years.
Okay.
So, and I have been doing bits and pieces. But yes, I've some of my, I've got one of my Time Team live stream is my highest for my live streams, and my clip show, it's my down Periscope farting a sub is my highest clip.
Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer.
Yep, that's the one.
Ah.
I put a load of clips of that up. I love that movie.
Down Periscope.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've seen that one.
Yeah. It's a lot more fun than Operation Petticoat.
I love that Operation Petticoat.
So do I. I do it, but I prefer Down Periscope. I think Down Periscope is a funnier movie. Yeah.
I think we played the clip of the blooper at the end on this stream.
Uh-huh.
Because at the end of Operation Petticoat, the kid that comes up to greet Cary Grant says, "Hi, Mr. Grant," instead of the character's name. And somehow they left it in the movie.
Yeah.
Cary Grant, he was up for playing Bond, but he turned it down, didn't he? He didn't want to be.
Bond? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he didn't want to be tied to a 3-year contract, so he turned it down.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at some of the great movies. I've got the Cary Grant collection. He did some great movies. He would have
I
been-
don't know about him. I've never seen the reason to watch him. I think he's okay, but I don't understand the fascination over
What
him
about
at all.
North by Northwest?
Yeah.
He's good in that, but he's not.
See, I
don't
think
know.
it's the fact that he can go from a very serious role to a good comic role without actually really going sort of displacing the fact that he's a serious actor as well.
I mean, I
Like,
can understand Paul Newman and Robert Redford being stars, but Cary Grant, I don't know. For life of me, I can't see why people gravitate towards him. He's a good-looking chap, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
So,
I'm
Well,
just
with
saying
that-
you don't know it, Ian. You don't know anything about movies.
Yeah.
okay. Anyway,
With
with that, I should probably.
in the stream. What would I need to know about? What would you know about movies?
I should probably start wrapping up just because they're going to go live probably anytime
And I'll
soon.
go and take my mic apart and smash it to pieces to stop it beeping.
They should be
Yeah.
watching us. They all should be watching us.
They might be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What, 11 people?
Well, I mean, Odin might. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
Gary knows about the stream.
Yes,
Yeah.
he mentioned it in the past.
He has indeed.
So,
He has indeed.
well,
Right.
with that, I thank you guys for joining me. Thank everybody for watching. We'll do it again next week. So,
Definitely. Thank you again,
as
Father.
the rabbi says, we're hitting the end button and we're